Meeting to order Monday, January 9th, 7 p.m. Roll call.
Yep.
David Paradise.
Kirby Moyna.
Sam Solars.
Nicole Andrioff.
Jessica Bonniwell.
Dan Reamer.
Invocation.
Let's pray. Jesus Christ, our Savior, we're thankful for this new year, for new opportunities to serve you in this part of the world. We're thankful for this new group of people that will get sworn in tonight and become the new team that leads us into the coming year. Thank you for our first responders and their good work over these cold and wintry days. Thank you for the snow removal and neighbors helping neighbors to get the snow moved out. And thank you for each one of the people that call Montrose home. Unique and interesting, and we all come together to make this place what it is. So let it be the best it can in the coming year, and bless our intentions. Amen.
Amen.
Okay, now we'll do the oath of office, starting first with Mr. David Paradise. I can hold it for you if you want. Please raise your right hand and read the oath of office.
I, David Paradise, do solemnly swear that I support the Constitution of the United States of America, the Constitution of the State of Minnesota, and that I will faithfully, justly, and impartially discharge the duties of the office of council member of the City of Montrose, Minnesota, to the best of my judgment and ability, so help me God.
Congratulations.
Thanks, buddy.
Michelle Otto. Please raise your right hand and read the oath of office.
I, Michelle Otto, do solemnly swear that I support the Constitution of the United States of America, the Constitution of the State of Minnesota, and that I will faithfully, justly, and impartially discharge the duty of the office of council member of the City of Montrose, Minnesota, to the best of my judgment and ability, so help me God.
Congratulations. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Approval of the agenda.
I will make a motion to approve the agenda.
I will second.
Further discussion? Ms. Otto.
Aye.
Ms. Andrioff.
Aye.
Mr. Paradise.
Aye.
Mr. Solars.
Aye.
Vote yes. Motion passes 5-0. Approval of the consent agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll second.
Further discussion? I just had one question. How many, and maybe this is a Michael one, how many payments are left on the snowplow payments? In there, it says that we made a payment for our snowplow. Just how many payments do we have left on that?
I guess I didn't look at it. I know we had to put something down, but usually we don't pay it in full till the truck gets delivered. And that ain't coming till like next August.
I was just curious how many payments we were going to have on it, so. I'll ask Michael tomorrow when he's in office. Any further discussion? Mr. Solars.
Aye.
Ms. Andrioff.
Aye.
Ms. Otto.
I'm going to abstain because I wasn't here last month.
Mr. Paradise.
Aye.
I'll vote yes. Motion passes 4-0-1. Wright County Sheriff's Office.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Wright County last month in December had 201 calls for service. Of that, we did 34 traffic stops, which resulted in 5 traffic citations. We had a total of 90 incident reports. 13 were citations for the snow emergency parking. We also had 2 fifth-degree drug arrest charges, 4 misdemeanor domestic assault charges, and 1 gross misdemeanor theft charge. Other than that, I don't have a whole lot to report on. Is there any questions from the council or mayor?
Did you say 5th degree?
Yes, sir.
What constitutes the 5th degree?
Just the type of substance and the amount. 5th degree is a felony.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
City Council, Mr. Paradise.
Let's see, I had city council meeting, fire department meeting, EDA meeting.
City Council, Personnel, and EDA.
City Council?
City Council.
Fire Department.
Good evening, council and mayor. In your packet is the December 2022 activity report for the fire department. We ended the year with 347 calls for the year. That's 13 more than last year, so another record-breaking year for us. Just some acknowledgements, all the firefighters throughout the year for their hard work and dedication, and then all members of the department who've been helping out with office renovations over on our department, trying to get that all squared away and stuff. So other than that, busy year, looking forward to another great year here coming up. So any questions on that? Just a reminder to citizens, please shovel around your fire hydrants. We hope that people will shovel 3 feet in all directions from their fire hydrants. The city is not responsible for shoveling around fire hydrants. Seconds count in a structure fire, and if we have to dig a fire hydrant out, those seconds really do matter. So if you don't have a fire hydrant directly in front of your house, help your neighbor out, because there should be a fire hydrant every 500 feet in the city or thereabouts. So if everybody takes the load a little bit, keeps those clean pretty easily. So just kind of a reminder to everybody to try and get those shoveled out the best that we can. Next thing, received a thank you letter from Susan and Dale Treader, and I'm just going to read it here. It's dated December 10th, 2022. To the Montrose Fire and Rescue Responders and Montrose City Council and Mayor. We owe the Montrose Volunteer Fire and Rescue Responders, together with the Wright County Sheriff's deputies, a huge thank you for so quickly responding, expertise, and coordination in the efforts to revive and save Dale's life on November 29th, 2022. Dale's cardiac doctor is amazed that he survived his near heart failure without any damage to his heart. He's on the road to recovery with his new aortic heart valve. We have lived in Montrose for 49 years and never realized how well trained, efficient, and dedicated these volunteers are. Everyone in the city should be proud of these volunteers protecting and saving our lives. Our overwhelming gratitude to the whole department, wishing all a happy holiday season and New Year. Signed, Susan Treader and Dale Treader. So they sent that. We don't get thank you cards that often or anything that are much more than just thanks. So I figured this one was worth getting into the packet and reading tonight. So thank you to Dale and Susan Treader for sending that to us. Next is authorization to apply for fiscal year 2022 FEMA Assistance to Firefighter Grant. This is a grant that we try to apply for every year. We have not had great success over the last few years. There's a 5% cost share. Looking at, again, applying for new SCBA units at a cost of around $150,000, give or take a few thousand. So our share would be around that $7,500 mark. So it's basically free money if we do get it. So I need authorization to apply for that here tonight.
I'll make a motion to approve the authorization to apply for the FEMA grant.
I will second.
Further discussion? Mr. Paradise,
Aye.
Mr. Solars,
Aye.
Ms. Andrioff,
Aye.
Ms. Otto.
Aye.
I'll vote yes, motion passes 5-0.
The next one is to authorize the use of a grant writer service for the application of that grant. Never used a grant writer before. I've been speaking with one who's had fairly good success rates. He actually comes out, meets with us, has me fill out a whole bunch of paperwork. He types everything up, gets it into the system, and it's done. Generally, when I do this by myself and I'm doing it, it takes me close to probably 20 to 30 hours to do, all in total, finding all the numbers and stuff. Having him help with it, that will take my time probably down to about 5 hours, and it will have the stuff that they're looking for in it. Whereas with me, I'm kind of guessing. He'll actually know. He sits through, special meetings, Zoom meetings with FEMA and stuff like that, which I could do, but then it's just more hours and stuff that I don't have. So I'm looking for authorization to use a grant writer for the 2022 FEMA Assistance to Firefighting Grant. Should cost between $500 and $1,000 is what I'm getting from them.
Okay, I'll make a motion to authorize the fire department to use a grant writer for the FEMA application of grants.
I will second. Grant. This one.
Further discussion? I'll vote yes, Mr. Solars,
Aye.
Ms. Andrioff,
Aye.
Ms. Otto,
Aye.
Mr. Paradise.
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0.
Next item is asbestos abatement proposal for 230 3rd Street South. This is the property behind City Hall that the city has acquired. We did have it inspected for asbestos, and there is in fact asbestos in there, which we kind of knew going into it. I got a proposal from Shelter Tech Corporation out of North St. Paul in the amount of $5,780. What they'll do is they'll come in, they take all of the asbestos-ridden materials, and they properly dispose of those materials, thereby allowing us to safely burn it. Even if we decided not to burn it and just have it tore down, this would still have to happen. I did reach out to a couple of other companies. They're not interested in it because they want big places. This guy works really close with our training company, and he knows kind of the little jobs that just need to happen in some of these houses just so that we can burn them, essentially. So that's the cost for it. Just looking for approval to get that signed off and in process so we can burn that here before summer gets upon us.
I'll make a motion to approve the asbestos proposal.
I will second.
Further discussion. How soon would he have it done?
I don't know. I'll find out tomorrow. When I send him this, I'll get the timeline and stuff. I'm hoping that he'll have the asbestos abated within a month. I'm guessing they'll come out, they'll do it in a day. It's not that much material that they have to get out. It's only about 500 square feet of actual material. So it should only take them part of a day to get it done. It's just a matter of when they're going to be able to come out and do it. So, and then once we get that done, I should be able to get on a burn list, and we should be able to burn it within a month or two. So bring your marshmallows.
Any further discussion? I'll vote aye. Ms. Otto,
Aye.
Ms. Andrioff,
Aye.
Mr. Solars,
Aye.
Mr. Paradise.
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0.
Then just a reminder of our upcoming Firefighters Relief Association dinner and gun raffle. It's going to be held February 4th. That's a Saturday from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. here at the community center. We'll have prime rib, shrimp, and kids dinners available. We have 10 guns that are going up for raffle. If you would like tickets, they're available at City Hall or by reaching out to us on our Facebook page or by meeting up with any firefighter. They can get you tickets for either the dinner or the gun raffle. So hope to see everybody there, and hopefully it'll be a good event this year. So,
Who's catering it this year?
what's that?
Who's catering it?
Hollywood again.
Okay.
So, Anything else?
Thanks, Kevin.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kevin.
EDA.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. In the packet tonight was the December 20th EDA minutes. It was a short meeting. We just discussed the resignation of the EDA president, Mr. Tom Marslick, and kind of the direction the EDA will be going for 2023, some goals. We'll be talking about 2023 goals at the January meeting. And just kind of the future of economic development in Montrose.
Is there any questions on the EDA? Planning and zoning, they didn't have a meeting last month, so Park and Rec.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Hope everyone had a great holiday season. I know I did. It was nice and relaxing. A couple things I want to discuss. First thing on my agenda is community garden rules. We'll revise and revisit the previous Park and Rec Commission meetings recommendations for the garden rules. The commission will be discussing the garden rates for non-residents. I know that's something that's we've discussed here in the last couple of months, but we should have that all hammered out in January. And hopefully we'll have a final document proposal to the city and to the council by February or March, no later in March on that one. Park and Trail Plan. We reviewed the proposed maintenance deficiencies of the last six parks in the December meeting. And those will be put on the Park and Rail plan for January. We'll review that. So all the parks have been visited by the Park and Rec Board, and the deficiencies noted. Now we just have to prioritize them, which is immediate needs versus long-term needs, and that will need money for budget for get things fixed. Kind of looking at that document in detail, and Michelle and I had some comments or discussed a little bit, but we're Park and Rec, we're going to need a little assistance on this Park and Trail plan because, you know, there's number of parks based upon population and, you know, that type of stuff. So we need to get steered in the right direction where to obtain that information and maybe help us finalize that document. That shouldn't take too long. The fourth thing on my list is the holiday decoration contest. All the commissioners participated on that. That was done on Thursday, 12/15. I think, talking to Christy, I think we visited over like 50 homes. So I want to thank all the commissioners for that. We'll determine the winner on Thursday, and then the Park and Rec Commission would like to propose to do the same thing we did for the Halloween. This time I'll have my act more together for the announce the winner at the February council meeting. I don't know what your thoughts are on that, but
I thought it was a good idea the first time, and we should keep going with it.
Okay. The regional park, kind of from attending the last meeting, it sounds like it's going to get shot back to us. We're going to review the plan and discuss what's currently in the plan, what is reasonable and what's not reasonable for the future growth of that park. So we'll come back. We're probably going to need some guidelines. Maybe I'll touch base with you, Mayor, or some of the council members and just kind of get some ideas too, kind of what your thoughts are. I know you shot it back to us. You're looking for recommendations, but it'd be nice if we had little recommendations from you so I can give that to the commission. On the first quarter of Park and Recs, I kind of like establish some priorities and some goals. And I thought of kind of talking with some of the commissioners, these are some of the things we talked about. You know, obviously finalize the community garden rules, continue to develop a park and trail plan, explore grant programs that are available to the city for the parks, Park and Recs. Continue to solidify a relationship with Montrose business and business organizations. Establish working relationships with other cities, counties, and state park organizations. So kind of branch out a little bit more because the first year we really concentrated on the documents, which had to be reviewed and updated. Other than that, I open to any questions.
Just based on your comment of wanting more council feedback on some of that stuff, what would be your thoughts on a joint council park and rec meeting possibly in
Would-
February or March if we can?
Would
work
love
out?
it, would love it. Would love it. I think the commissioners, other commissioners, yep.
I think then we could have, all 10, 12 of us with city staff
Yeah.
in there kind of brainstorming it all.
That'd be great. Any further questions? Thank you.
Thanks, Dwayne.
Thanks, Dwayne.
City engineer, no updates from the engineer. Public Works,
Mayor, council, in the packet, you have our City of Montrose, snow and ice removal and maintenance policy. I made some tweaks to the sidewalk and walking trail plow routes because of, our construction this summer. There are some new sidewalks, some sidewalks that got moved. I did sit down, I believe it was with Kirby and Tom, and we kinda did a rough through this. Everything in red is what has been changed or added to. And I'm just looking to get this adopted in, so it's more clear for Public Works on what we're responsible for. And I guess any thoughts or questions from you guys?
one of the things I thought about after we met, was that the first couple on here, we have to wait for the state to give us approval to go plow those, right?
Correct. Highway 12 requires state approval because the city does get reimbursed for that. And Coco, our street leader, usually calls them, and then they either tell him right there and then, or call him back and say, you're good to go.
So if those ones, when we're starting to go do sidewalks, if those ones aren't ready to go, do we just skip down to 3 and then?
Yeah, I mean, we move on. Obviously, even right now, they gave us the go-ahead, but we tried to get the other ones done.
I'm not sure they're in exact order you guys always
No,
do
we
them
don't do
They're
these
just-
in the exact
They're
order.
just numbered
I mean,
for convenience.
yeah, we try to do the safe route to school one in my eyes first. That area is like number 5 there, which is everything around here. That was designated in here way before I took over Public Works Director. The kids in this area that actually walk to school and don't ride the bus, so no, there's no rhyme or reason or way we do it, but I'm telling you, number 1 priority in ours is usually number 5, and then we branch out from there. On page 55 of this, but page 6 of the removal policy.
I'll make a motion to approve the new snow and ice removal maintenance policy updates.
I will second.
Further discussion.
Dan, can you explain the curb to curb, how you guys do that, and then their cul-de-sac areas?
In what areas?
Cul-de-sacs, how you do all the cul-de-sacs?
Well, it clearly states in here, I was actually reading that a little while ago. Snow and cul-de-sacs will normally be plowed to the outside of the cul-de-sacs, but in heavy snows, it will be plowed to the center of the cul-de-sacs and removed at a later time. So obviously with this snow event, we piled them up. I feel bad for people in the cul-de-sacs, and if we were to wing this snow out, they'd have had 8 feet of snow at the end of their driveways. But in a 2 to 4 inch event, we're still gonna wing these out. Because of the time and money it takes for us to haul that out, you're looking at diesel costs, man hours. It's just crazy. We're still not done, so. It is, and if you also read the policy, it pretty much states that I have the right to decide that when and where, but, I mean, it's common sense. If it's too much, we tend to pile it. And also the reason we don't leave the piles, or we try not to, is there's, safety hazard in leaving piles in there. Kids tend to build forts. And then if people were backing on the driveway and backed into a kid playing in the fort, it would be, well, the city left it there and the city's responsible. So we try to get the snow out of the cul-de-sacs that are smaller first. We look at it, if an emergency vehicle can make the complete loop. As you know, there's some that are hauled out already, but there's some that are not, so. We do a judgment call on those things, so.
What about the curb to curb? I know there's somebody here who's wondering how you guys do that.
What do you mean? I mean, obviously with this snow event, we cannot get curb to curb. Our plows are not able to, we don't drive 25, 30 miles an hour like the state does to wing it into your yards. So we're driving 5 to 15 to 20, and it's just bleeding over. This snow event is just bleeding over, so it's slowly narrowing our streets. There's no other way to do it. I mean, unless we're going faster. I mean, it's bleeding over our wings and our front plows at this point. And until the city, and we had talked about this in Public Works, but until we buy a blower for our payloader, there's no other way to really get it off and start blowing it into yards further. Another big thing I had this week was a lot of people were complaining about the mailboxes. It clearly states in the policy that the homeowner is responsible to keep your mailboxes cleared, not the city. At this point, if we try to get underneath them, we will break them. That's just the way it is. And yes, we will break them. And it will happen. So.
Thank you.
Yep.
Any further discussion on the snow removal policy?
Oh, another thing I want to make, it is against the law to push your snow into the streets. I mean, we were running across people backing up in their driveways and plowing it straight onto the streets. It's against the law. It's a misdemeanor crime. The state will say the same thing, and in fact, we got a letter from the county today, an email, saying to remind residents along county roads and highways that it is not legal to push snow into public streets or right-of-ways. Yeah, with this kind of snow, it sucks, but that's the rules. Wright County's been pretty lenient right now, if you ask me, but, I mean, there was a street I was going down, a guy was backing into his driveway and plowing it out into the street. I mean, I'm just telling citizens, when we come by, it's going somewhere, so it's either gonna go on your neighbors or back into your driveway. I mean, there's no way around it. So I suggest try not to push snow into public streets. I mean, we can't obviously all make it go back up into the clouds either, so I mean, it's tough to go all the way around. But the city's doing their best. Also, in that kind of a storm event, we open mains. We do not plow curb to curb during heavy snow events. We try to keep the mains open for car widths, and so the snow does not get packed down. Then I send the guys home, then we come back in and go curb to curb. So just because you see the plow truck go by does not mean the road is done. In the long run, we have to use less salt when we do that, but these guys cannot legally work over 12 hours in a 24-hour shift driving a CDL equipment, and it clearly states that in the policy. So I have to break up their times that they work. During that last event, we went out when there's like 3 to 4 kind of open mains and left. And cul-de-sacs are not considered mains. Mains are pretty much every road to me that touch a state or a county road where people are stopping frequently. So just want to cover that. I took a lot of phone calls on that. You know, I wanted to do my driveway. I thought you guys plowed curb to curb. No, we're just opening mains. We go home and then we come back. The town I personally lived in, they let it completely snow and then went out and plowed. And our streets show in that town. This town, I think they look pretty good. So, I mean, we'll continue to keep mains open. But sometimes, I just want to reiterate to residents, because you see the truck go by until the snow's completely done and we're plowed to the best we can curb to curb, just because you see the truck go by twice doesn't mean we're done. That's all I'm saying.
I do just want to say that you guys did an excellent job. I think.
Thank
they
you.
were-
And thank our,
They were-
everybody here, everybody on Public Works did a great job. These
Yep.
boys worked a lot of hours last week, so.
I was having a discussion with the assistant city admin of Buffalo, and he had asked how many guys we had, and then I told him, he's like, I can't believe you guys did that great of a job with the staff that you have, so it's really appreciated.
Just a,
Give up their vacation time.
yeah, some guys had vacation put in and they stayed back. I mean, legally, they didn't have to because I already signed off, but there's guys that gave up some vacation time. And I want to reiterate, it takes us 4 to 6 hours just to do a complete plow in town. That's not even touching sidewalks, and that's every guy we have and every piece of equipment. So, I mean, when I mean complete plow, that's just roads. No sidewalks, no cul-de-sacs, yes, but, no walking trails, anything like that. So adding this truck next year should help, but we gotta retire a truck anyway, so, cause these trucks are, this kind of snow does a beating. We had some equipment breakdown. Coco did very well, our street guys did very well getting parts and getting those back up and running, so. This type of snow event is hard on the equipment, very, very hard. And other than that, I don't really have anything if you guys do. Again, I'd like to thank the Public Works guys, everybody, on their dedicated time and, you know, and the hard work they do. It is a thankless job. Snow plowing is probably the most thankless job we do.
Well, I'm thanking you, so.
Thank you, thank
We
you.
appreciate you.
Any other discussion on the snow removal policy? I'll vote aye. Mr. Solars?
Aye.
Ms. Andrioff?
Aye.
Mr. Paradise?
Aye.
Ms. Otto?
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0 to update the snow removal policy.
Thank you, Mayor, Council. And as far as updates, I know this question's gonna get asked, ice skating rink. It is last priority on our list. Now that the weather's getting nice, we flood with city water. You put 55-degree water in the ground, it takes time to get a base going. I have no idea when that thing's gonna be up and running. Just to let you know, when we get to it, we get to it.
I do know Buffalo's was the same kind of shape, so.
A land of 10,000 lakes. If you want to skate, grab a shovel. I don't know what to say. I mean, it's very last thing prioritized on our list. Let's be honest. It's walking trails, streets. So, other than that, I have nothing.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
How many times has that same water main broke in that same area this year?
Not
Last
this
year.
Knock on wood. This is a new year.
Last year,
year.
Well,
sorry.
last year, 2022, was 3 times.
3 times.
Before that, it was 2 to 3 other times. So, looking back at some of the records I found on that stretch of water main on Highway 12, that goes pretty much from the old bank to Dollar General. That was originally supposed to be replaced in '98 when the state came through. The city decided to save money and not replace it. And now we're paying the price. So thank you on replacing the old stuff in town here, when you see what happens when you get old stuff. So we're gonna have to come up with something because that thing is brittle and it is breaking nonstop. But that being in the state right away, we have to work with the state on that.
They're not out here for 2 years, right?
Huh?
They're
Yeah,
not
they're
out
not
till
supposed to
next
come
summer.
through for 2 more years, and I believe they're not even digging, they're just doing
Yeah, they're doing a
some
mill and
sidewalk repair
Mill
and
and overlay.
a mill and overlay, that's it. So, that might be something we have to have bored in, new lines, I don't know, but it needs to be replaced.
Yeah, I mean, I felt so bad for Ryan last week too, because it was a day that it was like negative
Super
20
cold.
outside. And he
Yeah,
was out
it's-
there trying to patch that thing up and get them out there. And
Over a holiday weekend and everything else.
It tends to happen when it's really cold and windy, but, and then, thank the diggers that came and did it for us. We don't do that work, we have to call out contractors. As possibly all 6 of those houses could have been off over the holiday. Thank God for Widmer Construction. I'll give them a shout out for responding. On a Friday, you know, when it was minus 30 and 20-mile-an-hour winds, I mean, it was crazy. But it seems to tend to break. So that, on that stretch, there's 6 Band-Aids within a block. Sooner or later, it's gonna be a complete failure.
Yeah.
I'm just giving you the heads up. So the city looking at spending, I'd like to get that taken care of this summer. I don't wanna run into this again. Well, we'll have to work with Bolton and Mink and design something there without being intrusive to the state highway. So, and once again, thank the guys for the great work they did responding to that. And then the power outage also. That was lovely.
Forgot about that.
Yeah. It was a busy week.
It's been a good couple weeks, yeah.
So I think the Public Works Department did a great job, and that's all I have.
Any other questions for Danny? Old business, we have no old business. New business, the 2023 fee schedule.
Mayor and council, the amended fee schedule is in here after discussions and after the water rates, new water rates and things were passed last meeting. Please let me know if you have any questions or are questioning any of them. The changes are in red.
I'll make a motion to approve ordinance 2023-01, setting various development and administrative fees, the 2023 fee schedule.
I'll second.
Further discussion?
Is there gonna be 2 different charges on the community garden? I know Dwayne just mentioned that.
Yeah, if you guys decide you want non-residents to be able to use it, I mean, we can amend this, but, yeah, yep. That can certainly be added later in the year.
Further discussion? Hearing none. Mr. Paradise?
Aye.
Ms. Otto?
Aye.
Ms. Andrioff?
Aye.
Mr. Solars?
Aye.
Vote yes, motion passes 5-0.
The next item is just the summary or the resolution allowing summary publication of the ordinance that was just passed.
I'll make a motion to pass resolution 2023-01, authorizing summary publication.
I will second.
Further discussion? Mr. Solars?
Aye.
Ms. Andrioff?
Aye.
Mr. Paradise?
Aye.
Ms. Otto?
Aye.
I'll vote yes, motion passes 5-0. Mayoral appointment discussion.
Mayor, looks like you have this pretty much filled out. There was just a couple question marks about if you wanted somebody assigned to the Wright County Board of Commissioners, and if we were going to assign somebody to that. I believe those meetings are now going to be virtual or being able to be viewed online.
Yeah, I don't remember if they're gonna be live, but I know that they're putting.
Yeah, virtual at somehow, yeah.
Well, they have all that new technology that they put in down there, so.
One other change that will come before this is passed is planning and zoning will be appointing new officers at their meeting this Wednesday.
So I guess, does anybody want to do the Wright County Board of Commissioners meetings
When is it?
Tuesdays at 9 AM.
Tuesdays at 9 a.m.
It's not a very, friendly scheduled
And they
meeting.
meet like, I
great
don't know
time.
if it's every Tuesday,
I
but
think
for
it's-
sure like 3 Tuesdays
I think
of
it's
the month.
every, yeah.
They just changed it to the first and third Tuesday.
Oh, so, okay, good.
I hear they're very exciting.
Otherwise, we can not assign everybody and then just make sure somebody is watching it or looking at them, seeing what's going on there.
Yeah, and they do have those updates, I guess, too, that they send out, so.
Up to you guys. We can remove that if you want.
Such a horrible time.
No discussion?
So would you say twice a month?
First and third Tuesday.
Would it be possible to put an alternate on there? Maybe Sam and I can switch off. If you're interested in doing that?
Yeah, I'd be fine with that.
I don't think I can do both of them, but could definitely make one of them work.
They do stream them live also on YouTube.
Okay.
I watch them very regularly, and I don't think there's been one time where Tom actually got up and spoke or took action on anything
Yeah.
over there. So I think a lot of it's just getting the information, whether it's one way or another.
Yeah.
And they are all recorded too, so you can watch after that.
I know the big thing that Tom liked is that he was there and they saw his face, so that if
Yeah.
the city of Montrose was asking for something, it'd be a lot harder for them to say no when they have a relationship with you. But it is a very bad time of day for people who aren't retired.
I mean, Kevin seems to watch them, so we appoint Kevin. Sounds like you just volunteered.
I'm more than happy
To go in person?
at least one of the two
Okay,
per
I could
month.
probably make the other one work.
we'll just do that.
You guys can figure that out then.
We'll fight for it.
Loser goes.
Who gets the short straw?
Okay, and you'll bring that to next month?
Yep, we'll get that finalized and then bring it for February for approval.
Okay. The only thing left on here is a proclamation for Montrose School Choice Week. This is something that we've done every year for probably the last 5 years, 6 years. So I'll read through this. Whereas all children in the city of Montrose should have access to the highest quality education possible, and the city of Montrose recognizes the important role that an effective education plays in preparing all students in the Montrose community to be successful adults, and quality education is critically important to the economic vitality of Montrose community, and the city of Montrose is home to a multitude of high-quality public and non-public schools from which parents can choose for their children, in addition to families who educate their children in the home. And educational variety not only helps to diversify our economy, but also enhances the vibrancy of our community. And the city of Montrose has high-quality teaching professionals in all types of school settings who are committed to educating our children. And School Choice Week is celebrated across the country by millions of students, parents, educators, schools, and organizations to raise awareness of the need for effective educational options. Now, therefore, the Montrose City Council does hereby recognize January 22nd, 2023 through January 28th, 2023 as Montrose School Choice Week and call this observance to the attention of all of our citizens. No open forum requests that I got. Upcoming meeting, Planning and Zoning, Wednesday, January 11th, 7 PM, Montrose Community Center. Park and Rec, Thursday, January 12th, 6:30 PM at the City Hall. EDA, January 17th, noon at the City Hall. City Council Workshop on Monday, January 30th at 4 PM, Montrose City Hall. And then the next regular City Council meeting, January 9th,
February 13th.
Yeah, today's the night.
January 9th.
I know, I saw it just now. February 13th.
It'll be at least the same date for February and March, by
Yes.
the way. Too. So, February 13th, 7 PM at the community center. Acknowledgements.
The city workers for doing a phenomenal job with all the snow, with everything they had to deal with all the time. Thank you.
I know I appreciated being able to drive home and have the roads opened up in town, even though there was a giant ridge of snow right down the middle of Highway 12. That was real enjoyable. So, not your guys' deal, but yeah, I mean, thanks for your quickness in getting onto that, and the water main especially too. So, especially on that day. And then I want to acknowledge the fire department. I believe they set another record for calls last year, and they haven't had to call in for help because they have a dedicated group of people. And go to their fire department dinner on February 4th. Any other acknowledgements? Don't all jump at the chance to adjourn the meeting.
I will make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I'll second.